People keep asking me how I'm so strong without actually looking like I'm that strong. Well, it's simple. I'll tell you what I did to become deceptively strong. So I weigh around 70 kilograms, that's average weight for someone around my age, but I can bench 110 kilograms, which places me into the advanced lifter category, as I'm lifting 1.5 times my body weight. So let's start with the workout routine that I follow. The basic principle here is that you should train like a powerlifter instead of a bodybuilder. This is because the goal here is strength rather than size. There's a lot of similarities between the two lifting ethoses, but the main differences are as follows. When training for strength, you should focus on more heavy compound exercises rather than isolation exercises. This is because we're focusing on all muscles working together to produce a movement pattern like bench press or deadlifts, rather than actually trying to isolate the muscle, trying to get as much tension into it as possible, like bodybuilders do. So there's 6 main compound exercises which you should focus on. The first one is squats, so basically that's barbell squats, leg presses or anything like that. Then there's hip hinges, these are things like deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts. Then there's horizontal pulls and vertical pulls. A horizontal pull is like a bent over row. Then a vertical pull is either pull downs or pull ups. Then we've got horizontal pushes, which is basically bench press or incline bench press. Then we've got a vertical pushes like overhead press or shoulder presses. I like spreading these over a push-pull legs routine, but upper lower is also good. It's just a matter of personal preferences, to be honest, how you place it in a workout split. And then we have to lower the rep range from 8 to 12 reps to 2 to 5 reps. This is because we're optimizing for short bursts of strength. With this in mind, we should also up our rest intervals from 2 minutes to 4 minutes. This way we can fully recover from any fatigue that happened in the last set and push hard as possible. If you're worried this will make your workout routine really long, don't worry, it won't. Let's say you normally do 3 sets of bench with 2 minutes of rest, and then this time you've upped your rest intervals from 2 minutes to 4 minutes, so you're doing 2 extra minutes per set. That's only 6 extra minutes in total. It really isn't that big a deal. And plus, you'll also have more time available because you're doing less isolation exercises like I previously mentioned. But I don't actually recommend you to cut out isolation exercises entirely, as they can become useful if one specific muscle becomes a limiting factor. Like for example, my biceps always fatigued super early during pull-ups for whatever reason, so I continued doing bicep curls and eventually this problem solved. Now if you're a beginner, I recommend that you start off by doing 3 sets per exercise or movement pattern, then slowly and gradually incrementally increasing from 3 sets to 4 to 5 for every compound movement. As a rough guide, you should be doing 10 sets per movement for each week. So we've just looked at the training side of things, now we've got to look at the diet. Here's how to eat in order to maximise your strength. So in terms of calories, you should eat in a very small caloric surplus of around 100 calories per day. This will ensure that you don't put on any extra fat and only gain muscle. Like I said earlier, if you want to gain strength, there should be some muscle gain alongside it, as these two are linked. However, doing it this way will mean that you put on a minimal amount of muscle whilst gaining tons of strength. Then in terms of macronutrients, you may as well eat similar to how bodybuilders do. 50 to 60% carbs, 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, then the rest of it should be filled with fat. So that's all I've got for this video. If you found it useful, consider joining my community, because there you can get direct one-to-one advice from me so I can help you with your problems personally. You can find it in the top link in the description.